Rain gang, rain gang, rain gang. What is up? This is episode 18 of the Purple Pain podcast. The Purple Rain podcast, featuring your guys Simply AS10 and yours truly, Sutton Def. We are back again with another installment of this podcast. And of course, things are a little bit different. Morale's a little bit different than it was before this past Saturday. But listen, guys, we're going to get into why we can, remain positive in this off season, what went wrong in the Bills game, what we need to do going forward. And we cannot wait. Me and Alex cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say about this. We've been waiting for days to know what the Rain Gang has, what you guys' opinions are on the Ravens right now. So feel free, if you're watching this, if this is your first time watching the Purple Rain podcast, definitely feel free to go ahead and, put it in the chat room. Tell us how you're feeling. Tell us how you are. Tell us how you felt about the game, how you feel about the playoffs, all that stuff. So, but there's a lot of pain. Pain that's the common word. That's right, Rush. Definitely feeling the pain, but how are you feeling, Alex?
Sad, depressed, not really depressed. Hurt, pain, anguish, agony, all of it. But there's one thing that can make me happy. We are 7 subscribers away from 500.
Ooh.
So, we can look for the light at the end of the tunnel. We're close, halfway, to our goal. But it hurts. But I'll tell you what. Unlike last year, I don't have that hatred for the team that beat us. The Bills, I've got so much respect for them and what they have done with Lamar's organization, how much money they have raised, and even Ravens fans now are donating towards Josh Allen's charity. That is what it's all about. I put it on the Ravens tweet. I'm like, go ahead and go win the damn thing to the Bills because they definitely are a team that deserves it.
Yeah, man, they definitely do deserve it, man, and it's just. They straight up beat us, man. They straight up beat us. Like I was telling you, before we went live here, there was no really while you were watching the game in real time, there was no point or that you could watch that you were watching the game that you could say, hey, look, this is the reason why we lost. That reason right there. It was just an overall better performance by the Bills against us. And it's unfortunate, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. It's the NFL, it's the playoffs. It's one and done. That's how it is. But I see you guys in the chat, kind of giving us your immediate thoughts and everything like that. What were you about to say, though, Simply?
We do have some Ravens stuff. Their news came out today. We did let go of some players, sign some players. So we have a lot of news to talk about, game to review. It'll be a shorter podcast today because, we can, have that fun of winning. But, even though the Ravens are out, don't expect this podcast to stop.
Exactly. We're here to stay.
Mondays and Thursdays. We're here to stay, and we got playoffs to talk about, Super Bowl to preview, and draft coming up because draft is now a big thing, and I think we have a glaring need after that game. And we were talking about maybe you can go this or this. Now we're gonna go this or this in the first round. Number 27 picking.
Yeah, number 27th pick. That is the official Baltimore Ravens pick in the first round of the 2021 draft. So if you don't know, now you know.
Yes.
But look, man, let's just get right into it. Let's get right into the just reviewing this game against the Bills. What really went wrong? I just want to get your overall thoughts on the game itself. So take everything out of it. Just take the play of the Ravens and take the play of the Bills. What did you like and what did you not like? Okay. I'm sure there was more that you didn't like, but let us know a little bit of both.
I'll be honest. I'm the guy. I want to look at the positives. And our positives. That defense held a great Bills offense to 10 points.
Facts.
10 points.
Facts.
And, if you would have told me that before, I'm like, we would have won.
Yeah.
They win 10 points, but that's not how it happened. Another positive, Deshaun Elliott played a full season, no injuries. Yes. We've been worrying about, can he last a full season? And he did. And you saw what he can do. Didn't get the pick, but he made his presence known. And another positive, I'd say, playoff Hollywood. It's a real thing.
It's a thing.
If he can keep it up next year, he can really be a threat because he was making plays happen, even with our terrible passing scheme.
Yeah.
Now, to what I didn't like, the offensive line. That was an absolute shit show.
Terrible.
There's no other way to put it. And then just some of I'll be honest, that pick six, Lamar forced it. He forced it.
Yeah.
And the play before he had the safety was on two of our players. So I think it was Boykin and Hollywood on the left side of the field, and J.K. Dobbins missed a block, and I believe Tyree Phillips missed a block.
Yeah.
And that's how Lamar cannot get the ball over there. So if he wasn't picked last year, I would say please cut Tyree Phillips because he is one of the worst linemen I think I've seen. I don't know why he's starting on this team, but yeah, that's just my, just quick little good and bad of the game. Like a lot more I can get into. I'm not gonna get into the whole field goal thing because those wins were crazy. That's not on Tucker. It happened to Tyler Bass too.
Yeah.
So I can't do that.
It did happen to Tyler Bass. That was just so unfortunate. Just terrible timing. Because those field goals would have been huge for us. That's 6 points that we left on the field that could have put us in a different situation or a different spot in that game. Yeah. I believe that the first field goal that we missed, I think we would have tied, right? If we'd have made that one.
We would have got 3-0. I think it was our first drive because we were driving down.
Yeah. Right. So it's just like, situations like that. And then I know we missed another one. I can't remember exactly the distance that those kicks were from at the moment, but what were they? 45 plus, right?
Inside 50. That's all I know is inside 50.
Yeah, inside 50. I think around that 45 to 50 mark. And in those wins, man, you really can't blame Tuck. It's just,
No.
you wish you have those. What were you about to say?
You do. No, I was agreeing.
Yeah, man, you gotta have those field goals, especially like every play matters in the playoffs. And when you leave points on the field in the playoffs, that can come back to haunt you, and it really did for us, And we were never the same. Our offense, you could tell we were trying to force it, like you said, Lamar. He did force it on that play, and unfortunately, we saw a little bit of what we saw from Lamar last season in the playoffs. Just again trying to do too much, not taking what the defense was giving him, And another thing is, listen. And I'll get in here. This is kind of a part of like my likes and dislikes from the game. I'm gonna get into my like real quick. I'm gonna touch on that. My like was that our defense, like you said, only allowed 10 points from this explosive Buffalo Bills offense, who is normally going for like 40, 50, and they even scored 60 on the Dolphins a couple weeks ago. But we held them in check for the most part. That was the thing that I liked about it. Now, what I disliked was definitely the O-line play. We got bullied on the O-line pretty much the entire game. The O-line was never even in sync. There were a lot of unforced errors, mental errors. Our snapping was bad. This loss looked like every other loss that we had this season.
Yeah.
It did for the same reasons, yeah.
It took me back to the Patriots game.
Yeah.
Same exact issues.
Yep. So, I mean, hey, man, it is what it is at the end of the day, but those are things that you wish we could improve upon going into next season. So, one, the O-line, we definitely need a center. We cannot, and I repeat, we cannot have the play going bad where it starts. And every play starts with the center. If his job is messed up, if he's messing up his job, then that throws off the entire play. Throws off timing, throws off execution, everything like that. So, draft the center. That's one thing. We're getting Stanley back next year. Hopefully we'll have Orlando Brown back as well. I think our O-line should... Yeah, Nick Boyle will be back. I think our O-line should be good. Now, speaking of Nick Boyle, I know he is a tight end, but he's primarily a blocking tight end. He's the best in the league, but we need somebody who is more like a Swiss Army knife, kind of like what we had in Hayden Hurst. We need those 3 tight end sets back. We need that back. That proved to be crucial for Lamar. It proved to be crucial for our passing game because it seems that our passing game, like without that extra blocker who can also go out and be a receiver, we are very one-dimensional in our passing game. And a lot of like the route schemes, and it's another thing I didn't like from the game, a lot of our schemes and a lot of our routes, running from our receivers, we don't scheme guys open. We just kind of, if we do have to pass, it's like, okay, Lamar drop back, these guys are going across the middle, that guy's on a post route, and that's pretty much it. Very vanilla, not like guys really scheming, they're not being schemed open, and that's an issue. Yeah. So O-line, offensive coordination was something that I didn't like. And then also, listen, Lamar Jackson's play. He just, like I said, he forced it in a lot of different times, especially that pick six. That was really the only terrible throw that he had that night. But because I guess he just didn't see the guy. But, yeah, man, he's got to be better at anticipating throws, being more accurate. And listen, man. This was just Lamar Jackson's his second full season?
Yep.
His second full season. So it's like
24 years old.
24 years old. The guy's still young. He's still got a lot ahead of him. We just have to continue to build around him in order to get him the pieces that he needs in order to succeed. So, yeah.
Yeah. As you brought it up, I mean, I think you're right. I don't think he saw the safety, the corner in the end zone. I mean, the end zone was blue, the jersey was blue, and he was right near Mark Andrews, and he just kind of forced it to him. And speaking of Mark Andrews, love the guy, but
playoff Mark.
He's no Kelsey, he's no Kittle, he's no Waller, he's no Tunyon. No. Honestly, I mean, what more can he
There's
he
nothing
goes
else to say, bro. There's nothing else to say. There's no way. Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, even Tanyan, like you said, they don't drop that ball in the end zone. They don't. Mm-hmm. They come down with it when their team needs them the most. They come down with that.
Dez was open on that play. We signed Dez Bryant. 6 catches. That's it. 6 catches. What is the point? Duvernay, I think he had 2 snaps on offense. I am sick of us drafting receivers and not using them. Honestly.
Yeah.
This organization does a lot right, but when it comes to the receivers, James Prochet, we traded up to get him in the draft. 1 catch.
Yeah.
And he goes inactive for the level of games. What is the point? Geno Stone, that's safety. We cut him. 7th round pick. A 2nd round projected pick. We cut him. There's some questionable things that this organization does. I shouldn't be that reactionary fan, but I just question. I'm sick of hearing, let's go sign this receiver. Let's go sign Allen Robinson. The amount of money we be paying him takes away from things that we really need help with.
Exactly.
And we may have it right in front of us, and that just really just gets under my skin.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna just go ahead and address the whole Allen Robinson thing right now. For me, and I was telling you this before we went live, Allen Robinson is not the solution to all of our problems. Ravens flock, Rain gang. I'm telling you this right here, right now. Allen Robinson is not, and I repeat, is not the answer to the Baltimore Ravens problems or the answer to the Baltimore Ravens offense. He just isn't. I mean, yes, he's a receiver who can go and get it. He has some good hands. I get that. I understand that. But at the end of the day, if our offense is not scheming guys open for one, and Lamar is not anticipating throws, making good throws, and, putting it into windows and stuff like that, and then our offensive line isn't blocking, it doesn't matter if we have DeAndre Hopkins on one side and Tyreek Hill on the other side. We're not going to be able to do nothing. Nope. So there's a lot of other factors that go in. It's not just, they got to get a number 1 receiver. No, we can work with what we have. We can work with what we have. I truly do believe that. I truly do. I see a couple of people, disagreeing with me. Nicholas Branch says he's a number 1 receiver, though. But you got to think, is he going to be the same number 1 receiver with the Ravens?
Yeah, exactly. He had Matt Nagy as his coach. He won Coach of the Year. I know he was in the hot seat, but let's be real. Harbaugh does not put a finger on the offense. It is different. Nope. So it's going to be straight up Greg Roman, who I'm not going to say fire him. What I'm going to say is we need a passing game coordinator.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. I'm not saying #fire Greg Roman. What I'm saying is maybe get some Greg Roman some help passing wise. What is the point of having somebody who is just good on the run? The NFL has changed. Back in the day, it was defense, run. It's passing now. I mean, look at the Bills. How many times did they run the ball that game?
They ran the ball probably a handful of times, literally a handful.
The Chiefs, I don't know if you guys watched that game. They barely ran the ball. Still won.
It's a passing league.
It is. And we just need to get with the program because it's not going to win a Super Bowl anytime soon. I'm sorry. It's not happening. Nope. Why do you think the Titans got knocked out by us? Why do you think they didn't make the Super Bowl last year? Because the Chiefs shut them down, the running, and then Tannehill couldn't do anything passing-wise.
Yeah. Those big, in your face, we're going to throw all over the yard, and we don't care. We don't care. Those teams are dangerous. Those are the teams that are really actually making it right now. So, the Chiefs and, of course, the Bucks with all their weapons. Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball. The Packers, exactly.
And they have a 3-headed monster. They have Jamal Williams, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. They can
Yeah.
switch up the tempo. They can go, oh, we'll throw it down your neck and we'll run it down your throat. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Right, and I think another big thing on offense that we are missing, that we definitely should get a new passing game coordinator for, we're missing chunk plays. We're missing chunk plays on offense coming from the passing game specifically.
Mm-hmm.
We need, and if we want to win a Super Bowl, if we want to make a deep playoff run, we are going to have to, and I repeat, we are going to have to get these chunk plays. We're going to have to get some freebies on drives, like we were doing last season. We would have deep passes for touchdowns, just longer plays. We'd have some trickery going on, and that sort of thing. But this year, it really seemed like we were nickel and diming for every point that we got.
Yeah.
It seemed like we were working way too hard, and a lot of these other teams, wait, I have Tyreek Hill. I can throw it over the top to him. I've got Stephon Diggs who can make a big play. You know what I mean? And they've got Josh Allen with a big arm, and you can see that they trust him. And they have plays drawn up for, their receivers to get open. And you saw it against the Ravens. Like, they were scheming guys like Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley were open all night across the middle. And John Brown, across the middle, they were killing us with that.
And when they had that, when they went for that big home run play, it's either my guy catches it or I'm just going to overthrow him to the point where nobody catches it. And that too, Josh Allen would throw it away. He knows when to throw it away. Sometimes Lamar tries to extend the play and he takes a sack. Stuff like that too. Or the one I did, like the forced fumble. When he got hurt, he threw it away before he got nailed, which I believe should have been a roughing the passer call. Of course, they didn't call it. Not surprised. Josh Allen's flop, that was terrible. Don't know how they call that, but stuff like that, we just need to improve, because little things like that can just have such a shift in the game like that. That 15 yards, you never know what that could have done for us. You just don't know. So, and I feel like we're just stuck again, the same things. Oh, we got to get better on offense. We said that last year and the year before. When is it going to end?
Yeah, you're right, man. And Emmanuel Asapa, he says, I disagree. We need to fire Roman. We need a completely new offense. I don't think we need a completely new offense. I just think that the offense we have, there's adjustments that need to be made to it in order to make it better. We're already a phenomenal running team, but we're so lopsided. We're the best running team, but the absolute worst passing team. And that's just not going to get it done. It's just not going to get it done. So I feel like we have a good offense, and I feel like we have players who can make plays, players that we haven't even seen their full potential yet. Like you said, Devin Duvernay got 2 snaps in that game. James Prochet really hasn't played. Hollywood shows flashes, especially in the playoffs and stuff like that. So that's promising.
He's a big game player. He thrives in the moment. And that is what we need, more of him on the team. He had a great rookie year, J.K. Dobbins, but he lost his hands when it mattered. Lost him.
Oh, JK.
He had the 31-yard catch, but he had 2 crucial drops.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just it felt like Tennessee all over again. And I'll say it right now. We can't get past the divisional round. That's going to be the new thing you're going to hear for the whole offseason. Get ready for it. I'll be the first one to tell you. We won a playoff game. Woohoo. Where did it take us? The same place we got eliminated last year.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, listen, guys. You guys know how this is. All of our Ravens fans here are part of the Rain Gang. It's going to be a long off season. That's how these things go, Yeah. You lose and you got to wait till September to start it going again. But there's a lot to look forward to, I think, in this upcoming offseason. I still have the utmost faith in our guy EDC, Eric DaCosta. The good thing is, the silver lining is, it seems like we're inching closer and closer every year. Every year we're inching closer and closer. So a couple years ago when we had Lamar, we lost to the Chargers. We got knocked out in the wild card round. Second year we come back. We go 14-2, but we lose in the divisional round, so we're 0-2 in the playoffs. This year we come back, we actually win a playoff game, get to that next level, and then we lose. So, it just seems like we're inching closer and closer, and I feel like I have all the confidence in the world that Eric DaCosta, our wonderful, amazing GM, he'll make things happen, whether it be firing Roman. I don't know if they're going to completely fire him. I think that they're going to probably go the route that Alex said and get a passing game coordinator, because our passing plays right now they're not going to cut it. They're not going to cut it. So, yeah.
I honestly hope we do not lose Wink. He should be getting head coaching gigs, but you know what? If he doesn't, that's cool, because I am more than happy with the defense. He has done a great job giving up 10 points to a great Bills team and 13 to a great Titans running game. a run team.
Yeah.
23 points in 2 games. We gave up more than that in the one game last year.
And it's just like, we should be scoring so many more points.
Actually, let me pull up a tweet.
So many more points. Yeah. It's just embarrassing.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, it's embarrassing that, we literally went all the way to Buffalo just to kick a field goal. That's unacceptable.
Hey, man, the Rams went to the Super Bowl just to kick a field goal, too.
It happens, but I hold us to a much higher standard than the LA Rams. I do, man.
Okay, so the most points is Greg Roman became the Ravens offensive coordinator. Ravens number 1 with 999. The Buccaneers number 2, 950. The Saints number 3, 940. The Chiefs 924 at number 4. People were like, "Why do you want to fire this guy?" Oh, I don't know. Here you go. Since the playoffs, when he took over, Kansas City's averaged 34 points. 34.8. I'll round up. Tampa Bay, 30.5. New Orleans, 20.3. Baltimore, 11.6. 11.6. You're telling me?
Have it.
No, I can't. No. I don't. It's like I don't care what you do in the regular season. Yeah, that's cool and all. But when you get to the dance, and you just get knocked out, what is the point?
Yeah. And I think it's even worse when, like, I think it feels worse or it's more hurtful when your defense comes to play. You know what I mean? Your defense comes to play, but your offense literally just cannot put any points on the board. That's the worst part to me, because it's like the defense, they've been kind of shoddy and shaky and here and there, stopping the run earlier in the season. We weren't that good. Then we got healthy. We were better again. But the defense held up for the most part. Aside when, we played in zone coverage, I felt like they took pretty good advantage of us when we played zone coverage. Josh Allen did. He did a good job finding the holes, the soft spots in the zone. Because, of course, we play better in man. But like I said, man, I just think that the most embarrassing part is that our offense literally just cannot get anything going at all. And we had opportunities to go down and score, but it just wasn't working. So, like I said, the main 3 things, though, offensive line, because when Lamar Jackson dropped back to pass, most of the time he was under immediate pressure. And I say immediate pressure. So, and that's not even his fault. Like, and like a lot of those plays, like he would snap the ball and the line of scrimmage, like the pocket would be in his lap. Yeah. Like there would be like his players in his lap. There would be another guy right on his left. And you know how Lamar does that thing when he kind of gets caught up in the pocket. He kind of looks around and stuff like that. He kind of darts out the side. Yeah, he runs into a lineman. And sometimes it works. He amazes me, honestly. Yeah. Because like other quarterbacks, if you're running to your own lineman like 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, you're probably getting sacked, But he manages to make it out. And sometimes he make a play. Sometimes he doesn't. But O-line, man, that's definitely something that has to be solid, has to be consistent if we want to even think about going anywhere. Every battle is won or lost in the trenches. We definitely lost that battle in the trenches against the Bills. We beat the Titans in the trenches. That's why we won that game. But, hey, man, this is playoff football. It's pain, man, anguish. Let's get to the questions, man.
Please. Real quick, Jesus. The Houston Texans just can't have interviewed our wide receivers coach, Vic Cully, for a job. I hope he gets a job. What in the fuck has he done here? Honestly,
I don't know why they're even interviewing him.
That's the Texans. I see why Deshaun Watson wants to get out. We've talked about bad organizations. The Texans are at the bottom of that list. Terrible. Deshaun Watson requests a trade. Get out of there.
Yeah, he's gone. Deshaun Watson is definitely out of there. That is for sure. I'm gonna look inside and here and see what we have in the chat, what you guys are talking about. The last in passing. Josh Price, my guy, what's up, man? He says EDC, seeing how we lost last year and beefed up the defensive line, he saw that we are one-dimensional and we need a real number 1 receiver. I guess this year, that's what he saw. I don't see the whole number 1. Here's the issue with the whole number 1 receiver thing. If we get a number 1 receiver in Baltimore, that naturally means that since we're going to be bringing him in and we're going to be paying him all this money, we're going to have to throw him the ball. And that's going to take away from what we do in running the ball, so... And there's only but so many snaps that you can get. in a possession, in a drive. So it's like, I don't know how they're gonna, and that's another reason why they really need to bring in like a passing game coordinator, or like some of you guys are saying, just fire Greg Roman as a whole. Start fresh. You can implement some of the same like rushing game plans, but get somebody new who's gonna get those receivers fired up and ready to go and scheming them open. Am I right?
I don't want to be that guy, but John Harbaugh doesn't have the rocks to fire Greg Roman. He doesn't.
Ooh.
He doesn't. We were stuck with Marty Morningwig for how many years?
Mm.
And he still didn't let him go. Lamar was the reason why we had to let him go. We had those stale years, when we had Flacco. He was putting up numbers with, he had Mike Wallace, he had Jeremy Maclin, and like we were close to the playoffs, and just the play calling would let us down, and they would not get rid of Morningwig. Yeah, I take it back. Mark Trestman. He had to fire Cam Cameron in 2012 because our offense was so bad. Like it just takes, unless we just score like no points for 3 straight games, I don't think we'll fire Greg Roman. That's just me being completely 100% honest, because I know Harbaugh. He's way too loyal to his coordinators.
Yeah, I see some people in here. Josh Price also says he fired Cam Cameron in the middle of the season in 2012. He can do it.
But think we had him from like 2008, 2009, and there were some bad times in that. Like it took us to be at the bottom of the bottom. Like we barely scratched into the playoffs that year. I know we won the AFC North, but things turned around. But we got blown out by the Broncos. I think after that is when we went to Jim Caldwell, and that is what sparked it. A new offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely rough in terms of like our coaching situation on the offensive side of the board. Hopefully, those guys up in the front office in Baltimore, they have a conversation. They look this team in the mirror and they say, "Hey, look, we need to make a change because we do. There's no reason why we should be getting into these playoff games and losing with the defense and running game that we do. Our only deficiency, literally our only real deficiency, is passing the football. It's like, figure something out. I don't think that we necessarily need to spend a bag on a receiver, like I said, but if it means firing, Greg Roman and bringing in a whole new guy who can re-inspire our offense and our wide receivers, then hey, I am all for it. But speaking of Greg Roman, though, Greg Roman, there's been speculation. Of, his job might be on the line. He might be getting fired soon, whatever. So here's a tweet that was actually tweeted earlier today, I believe, and my guy Alex sent it to me. And it's basically Matthew Judon was spotted liking comments under the Ravens Instagram calling for the firing of offensive coordinator Greg Roman. So I see somebody here. They added underneath the Ravens Instagram. They said fire Greg Roman, and that comment got 25 likes. And one of those people was our guy Matthew Judon. So, with that being said, it really makes you wonder, like, what is the general consensus in the locker room as of right now? Are people thinking like, hey, we just went out there and scored 3 points on national TV in the divisional round where we got kicked out last year? Something's wrong. So do we need to get rid of him? Like, I don't know, man. It's tough, man. But what do you think about that whole Matt Judon situation?
He's not going to be a player come the new league year. He was on a franchise tag. He'll be a free agent. There's something going on in our locker room. This is completely off topic. But Jihad Ward tweeted out, at Marlon Humphrey, I will never forget when you stood up for me in front of the coaches and my teammates that were saying free Hattie. Thanks, champ. See you soon, Marlo. There's something going on. That. You saw that.
Yeah.
Jihad Ward was being frozen out of the team. I don't know what – there is something going on in the locker room that I don't think – we obviously don't know about it. But the fact that another teammate had come to Jihad Ward's, his back and say, listen, this man deserves to be playing.
Yeah.
There is discontent, and I think this means basically Judon's gone. I really can't see him getting re-signed now. I mean, unless he didn't mean to like it. But I personally want to keep Judon. But after that, if the coaches see it, I just can't see him coming back.
Yeah, man. I don't see him coming back at all in this after this off season. But that is still interesting though that he did like that tweet because
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of guys in that locker room, maybe even some guys in the offense that are starting to think now like, hey, why can't we get over this hump? It always seems to be our offense, always seems to be our offense. Last year, of course, our defense kind of let us down against the Titans, but we righted that wrong. This year, we need to right another wrong, and we have to get better in the passing game. That's something that has to happen next year if we even want a chance to make it deep in the playoffs or even to make it back to the playoffs because teams they're getting more hip to us every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was the first season that we really had to adapt. So it'll be interesting to see what we do going into next season, just how we adapt to just another year of teams having a full season of tape on us and everything like that. It'll be interesting to see what we do, but that is very, very interesting that Matt Judon liked that tweet or that Instagram post about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, there's also some other tweets from Allen Robinson as well. Allen Robinson, the wide receiver that everybody wants. I don't know why you guys think this is going to fix our problems. I'm not a fan personally. I think we could spend the money elsewhere. But Allen Robinson, he's been tweeting lately, or liking tweets rather. And you guys can see up here the tweets that he's liked recently. Allen Robinson recently liked these tweets. A tweet that says the Ravens should just hand Allen Robinson a blank check. He's everything Lamar needs in 2021. Breaking down that tweet, Allen Robinson basically thinks that he's everything that Lamar Jackson needs, which is very, very interesting to say the least.
Yes.
He also liked another tweet that says, until they get Lamar a true number one wide receiver, they won't be a serious Super Bowl contender, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which is, questionable, but I don't know, man. Allen Robinson and a lot of people say like, hey, no number one wide receiver wants to go to Baltimore because they run a lot and they're not going to be passing the ball a whole lot oftener. Yeah. But I think that Allen Robinson, he might be feeling it. What do you think?
He may be feeling coming to the Ravens, but will he be feeling the amount of money we throw at him? That's the thing. And will he be feeling our offensive pass scheme? There's a lot of things to consider because he is a great receiver, but he can come here and get his career ruined. And I don't think he wants that. Especially if Greg Roman's still calling out the pass plays. He's calling the basic PA boots on Madden, the basic playbook.
Yeah, man. Oh, it just sucks. I feel like we saw more creativity from our offense last year than we did this year.
Yeah. The fact we had a fullback in the slot running routes, that's when I was like, no. I'm sorry, I get Ricard can catch the ball, but why the hell in the slot? No. No. I don't know what he was trying to do. It really didn't make any sense to me. So I don't think Allen Robinson, solves all our problems because he doesn't. There's bigger problems in receiver right now, and I would debate that until my face turns blue.
Right. Apparently, there was also a tweeted out by Mark Ingram recently about him. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, you guys can see it up here. Yeah. Mark Ingram, he says, thank you, Mr. Bishotti and the Ravens for being a first-class organization. I love the real ones in Flock Nation that supported me and showed love. My blood brothers, what's understood ain't got to be explained. Best is still ahead. Can't wait. Watch God work. Hashtag God wins. Hashtag big trust forever.
That hurt. That one hurts.
That hurts.
Yep. I mean, just, see him on the sideline. His height hurts.
Yeah. You wish we could have done it for Mark Ingram, and got him a ring this season. It would have just, oh my goodness. Winning a ring this season would have been great. But, we lost. It is what it is. And, hey, that's the end of it. But I'm going to get back to you guys as questions and comments and concern here in the chat because you guys are really going crazy in there. Shout out to the Rain Gang, by the way.
Yes.
We are so close to 500 subscribers.
Let me check real quick. Let's see what it's at right now.
Very close.
Yeah, 493. Still 7 away.
7 subscribers away from 500. That's halfway to 1,000, man. So we appreciate all of you guys who are already subscribed. If you're not subscribed already, take a second, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you come
It's
back.
free.
We would love that. It's free, absolutely free. It costs $0 to support this channel. Now, of course, let's see. Eric Johnson, he says Harbaugh needs to stay in his land. DaCosta, the Ravens organization, get a number one wide receiver, center, and a guard. Fix the offense. Get rid of Roman. This seems to be, the general consensus. We need a number one receiver, center, and a guard. I agree. Get rid of Roman is the only one where it's like, okay, because I remember the days when we were flip flopping offensive coordinators every year, and that wasn't
And quarterback coaches. Flacco.
Exactly.
Flacco having a new quarterback coach every year.
Exactly. So I don't know. I feel like we can stick with Roman because listen, he's great at run schemes. He's amazing at run schemes, but he's very lacking in the passing department, which is why I feel like we should just get somebody to help him out, and I think that we'll be fine with that.
I don't expect us to splash the cash in free agency either.
No, absolutely.
We have to lock up Orlando Brown. At this point, we were talking about Orlando Brown, Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Lock up Orlando Brown.
Yeah,
I love Mark Andrews, but I need to see more next year. I need to see that jump. We saw that jump year 1 to year 2, but year 2 to year 3, he regressed.
Yeah.
He wasn't the same.
Listen, bro, my arms are folded just like this when it comes to Mark Andrews right
now.
Mine.
Yeah. That's how
my arms are folded. I'm just like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just like every time we really need you, you never show up. You never show up, man. And it's just Lamar, like you're Lamar's favorite target. That's obvious. Everybody knows that. You know that. Lamar knows that. The defense knows that. So when you get those opportunities to come down with the football and make a big play for us, you gotta come down with it, bro. And we gave you the benefit of the doubt, last year. We gave you the benefit of the doubt, earlier this year against the Chiefs. But hey, man, you have to come down with those contested catches in the playoffs. Am I right?
100% right. I looked at it yesterday. Chad Henne comes in the game. And guess who had the big catch for the Chiefs? Travis Kelce.
Yep.
I'll make this. Kelce is, next to Mahomes, the biggest piece of that offense. He is so crucial to that team in all aspects. So I know Tyreek Hill, he's such a blazing fast receiver, but Kelce, man. Kelce has the hands. That's what we need Mark Andrews to be. Go-to guy, can do everything, and he's far from it.
Absolutely.
This is just a blatantly honest Purple Rain podcast right now.
Yeah, we're being honest with you guys. I mean, Mark, because what was it? The score was 17-3 when we were in the red zone, right? And we were about to score, and Tyler Huntley was in the game, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Yep.
Huntley was in the game, and he throws it to Andrews. He drops it.
Tough catch. But
tough catch.
If he pulls it in, he had 2 feet. That would have been a touchdown. I'm glad you brought up Huntley. I am still not sold on him. Some of his passes, it's like there was no zip on it. They're kind of just up in the air forever. I was like, but hopefully with the whole preseason, hopefully him and McSorley can really get a full preseason. Yeah. McSorley's had one, but he'll be coming back off the injury. While we're on the topic of quarterbacks, you let go of RG3. Don't expect him to come back. It's going to be between Huntley and McSorley for the backup, which it should be because they've both earned a fair shot at number 2.
Yeah.
I've seen more from those two than I saw from RG3 in the years he was here.
Let's see. I see. Oh, let's talk about the bad snaps. The bad snaps in that game. That's something. Like I said, man. That's something. Like I said earlier, that's something that has to be taken care of. The center, and it always in these games where it's just high pressure, high intensity. We always have snapping issues. It seems like I don't know what it is. But Makari, like you said, he said that the crowd was kind of messing with him, but there was only 6,000 people there. So that was a terrible excuse. It was just
please tell me, you go to Arrowhead, 70,000 max capacity. What are you going to say? That's going to be that you can't even hear the sideline.
Nope.
And I want to ask you this. Why is it an undrafted free agent is the best center on our team?
Hey, man, that's one of the questions that we're going to have to ask ourselves. Like, hey, do we go with TCC or do we stick with Makari? I mean, obviously, we're not going to stick with Makari after this season. But that's one of the questions we're going to have to ask us. We're going to have to see who's performing, who's not, evaluate that, who's cheap, because Tristan Colon Castillo, I know he's cheap. So it's like if we can develop him, we can get him out there and he works out cool, then fine. But that's something that we absolutely positively cannot have. We can't have it. We will lose every time. Every time.
I mean, look
Sam
at the
Rees. Yeah, look at the Steelers, man.
And that's a veteran center in Pouncey. So it starts,
Right.
like you said, it starts with who snaps the ball every single play.
That's where it starts. That's where every play starts, you know? So we got to have that. Josh Price says that's a shitty excuse. LOL, he act like he didn't play in a full stadium before or in college. Absolutely,
exactly.
Man.
That's what we're trying to say. It's like, come on. I don't care. No.
Sam Rees, shout out to you for joining the show, bro. I don't think I've seen you around here before, around these parts. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody who's watching right now live. We got about 50 people watching. Make sure you like the video, subscribe as well. But Sam Rees, he says, I think the only knock on Andrews is his drops. He's almost always double or triple teamed because he's really the only weapon.
That's a good point. He was triple teamed on that touchdown. Not on the end zone throw. That's a really good point. He is always covered, and why? That's what we were trying to talk about earlier. Like, maybe let's draw up some better passing plays. Maybe we'll get open.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing with the offensive line, like another concern, is I see Joseph Follett says Ben Powers cannot pass block. It seems like the pass protection is just not where it needs to be at all. It's non-existent. Yeah. So if we can get the pass protection straight, then cool. And it also comes down to Greg Roman again, man. I feel like we spend so much time on these run concepts that pass protection is just kind of like, okay, we're passing the ball, just go out there, do your best. There's not really any real like game plan or anything like that. It seems like we're just out there doing it because we have to sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it's just not something that you want to see from your offense. You want to see like balance on both sides, like running the ball and passing the ball. And our pass protection is just not there. So I agree, center, we need to address that. That right guard spot, that's still, kind of like a tricky spot. We're trying to figure out how to fill that in after Yonda leaving this year. That's another thing. We really did miss Yonda this year a lot. Yeah. And we saw that. So hopefully we get the line. Yeah.
Keep Tyreek Phillips as far as away from the starting line. Please. Keep him away. Keep him away. I don't care if he picked up a fumble and ran it for 10 yards.
Yeah.
They keep him away.
Yeah, the right side was definitely horrible. But we will get Ronnie Stanley back, so Orlando Brown will move back to the right side. That's what Josh Price says.
That's a positive I'm looking for. We'll get Ronnie back. We'll get Nick Boyle back. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But I can't blame injuries. People should have stepped up. You get your opportunity, and they just didn't take it, some of them.
Absolutely. Didn't take it at all. So, I mean, there's a lot that went wrong, of course, in the Baltimore Ravens loss to the Buffalo Bills. But nonetheless, this team is a team that has faced a ton of adversity before. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to stay down. We're going to work hard in the offseason. We're going to come back hopefully better than ever next season. And guys, look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. They cannot hold us down forever. They can't hold us down forever. Eventually, we're going to get one. Lamar, listen, the great thing about it is Lamar's had 3 seasons in the NFL, and he's had 3 playoff appearances. I mean,
we weren't. Has been 13 years. He his first playoff game for the first time. 13 years.
Yeah,
we're spoiled. Yeah. We're spoiled, but we want the best for our team. I get that.
Absolutely. Lunch break hot take. What's up? He says, "What's up, fellas? Oh. What's good, bro? What part of the fellow Ravens YouTuber community? Make sure you guys go follow them, listen to them, subscribe to them as well. But yeah, man, they're not going to hold us down forever. Lamar, like I said, 3 years in the league, 3 playoff appearances. There's a lot to look forward to. as long as our GMs, our front office guys, they can come up with a way to improve this offense, I think we'll be fine. Have no fear. Have no fear. You guys, we'll be okay. We'll be okay.
We will.
Chris Hall. Chris Hall says, what about Ben Bredesen really quick? He says, must be terrible in practice because it couldn't be worse than what we have. What do you think about Ben Bredesen?
I believe he put him on the IR. I think that was why. But I agree.
Yeah.
But maybe preseason. I'm really depending on preseason next year. Because some of these guys, maybe we would have seen some guys more. You know, they didn't get the chance. Man, that's why we're rocking with Ingram so much, not Dobbins, because Dobbins didn't have any NFL game experience. They had to slow them into it, bring him in. But with the preseason, rookies start playing more. Maybe Duvernay more. Maybe Prochet. Probably not. I don't know why. We won't use Duvernay or Prochet. They'll go somewhere else and they'll be good. I'm just getting ready for that. But can we play a game real quick? I just want to go through every Ravens unrestricted free agent, and let's say keep or walk. We go with that?
Let's do it.
All right. You want to start off
game. You guys follow along.
Offense, defense. We do offense first?
Let's go offense first.
Okay. Willie Snead, keep or walk?
Ooh, jeez, man. Keep, but for the right price. You know, he's he's a guy who's like he's very reliable. You know, he's got very strong hands. That's what we can rely on him. But keep him for the right price, though, because he's not that dude. He's not that guy who's gonna like break open a defense. You know what I mean? And like fight for a touchdown. He's not a huge yak guy.
Yeah. I'm saying keep. I'm a huge Willie Snead fan. I mean, when we need the catch, he makes it. He was making them against the Bills. He was running a quick, like 4 or 5 yard just comeback, and he would catch it and just get some yards. Yeah. Definitely I want to keep like right price. You know, maybe 1 year, 2.5 mil.
Right.
I mean, that's not bad. This one I think everybody knows. DJ Fluker, keep or walk.
Ooh, man, DJ Fluker. How much is he costing us right now? Do you know off the top?
It was a 1 year deal. I think it was a vet minimum. I can pull it up.
Yeah, man. DJ Fluker, I mean, he didn't.
He
played
1 year,
well.
1 mil. 1 year, 1 mil.
1 year, 1 mil? Okay. See, here's my thing. He played well like later on in the season down the stretch. He was cutting down on the penalties. He was blocking a little bit better. But you know what? I'm gonna go walk. I'm gonna go walk on that one. I believe that we can develop some talent elsewhere. I feel like we can draft, you know, a guy that can come in and do his job for a lot cheaper, you know, who can also end up being even better. So, I mean, and I see a lot of people saying keep, he's a solid backup. That's cool. But I'm honestly letting him walk.
I'm agreeing with the Rain Gang here. I feel like as a backup, not as a starter.
As a backup.
Yeah. Because we were playing him out of position. I believe we were playing him at a right tackle. He's a right guard. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I believe, you know, as maybe even coming in those jumbo packages, have an extra blocker. You know, I'd be cool to keep him on a vet minimum. All right. Des Bryant, keep or walk?
Oh, man. This one is a tough one because Des Bryant was a guy, like you said, he has 6 catches with us this season. He was a guy 2 touchdowns, which is good. Which means a third of his catches were touchdowns, which is awesome. But he's only getting a year older next year. That's one thing. And I don't know if he's just not a part of the game plan yet. The reason why I would say keep is because we can go into an off season, you know, we can try to, you know, scheme up plays for Des Bryant and try to work him into our offense and make him a bigger part of our offense. That's the reason why I would say keep. But I don't know, man. It depends on. He's another one of those things. Like for the right price, we keep him. Right, for the right price, we keep him. But overall, I'm gonna say keep.
I'm saying keep too. When he came in, Boykin stepped up. I mean, even Marquise Brown, Hollywood said, you know, he would tell Marquise, you know, what to do and what not to do. I think we need to target him more, put him more into our game plan. I'm gonna say keep Des Bryant because he can have that really big vet. Just that's something you can't teach. You can't teach experience. So I'm gonna say keep Des Bryant for the right price.
Yeah, same, man. Keep him for the right price. I definitely think that he would be worth it. That's for sure. And Josh Hoffman, I know he's not that old, but he has dealt with injuries and he is getting older. I think he's what?
32, I think.
32? Yeah, I mean, that's getting up there for NFL, So I would definitely, like you said, keep for the right price, for sure.
Yeah, 32. Okay. This one I'm biased on. Tight end Eric Tomlinson.
E.T.
I can start.
Man.
I can start.
Yeah.
I can start. Practice squad. Practice squad. We got younger guys on there. We got just keep them as if something happens, keep them. I know we have Eli Wolf, Jacob Breland, but they're undrafted free agents that have never touched the field. So I don't know how good I feel about them, and one of them's I think both of them come off injuries. Keep Tomlinson, as a backup. Practice squad. That's it. Because he was a good blocker. Yeah. He helped us.
He was.
In blocking.
Yeah, he did. I would definitely. I agree with you 100% there. Put him on the practice squad. We're getting Nick Boyle back next year, so we'll have the blocking back. Hopefully draft the tight end. I see a lot of you guys saying walk. You guys want to let him walk? I definitely think keep, though. I agree with the Trib and Rush. Definitely say we keep. That's for sure. Jace Wood says who?
Number 85, long hair.
Yeah.
This
He's
next
got the
one,
Goldilocks hair.
Yeah, I think we're all going to be we're going to agree on this next one. Matt Skura, keep or walk.
Come on, man. What do you think? What do you think?
Because last year we all wanted to keep him. He was doing great at center. He suffered that ACL injury. It's a big walk. I know he came in on like the little jumbo packages, but that's what I'm saying you keep PJ Fluker for. So.
Yeah, he's definitely a big walk for me, man. We cannot have, like I said before, man, we cannot have the play go bad where it starts. You can't have it go bad there because nothing else is going to come, good out of that. So, and yeah, the Rain Gang is in full agreement. They're saying walk.
I see you kick out the door.
Walk. Walk. He's got to go. Oh, man, my man Rush. Oh, Josh Price. All love for him, though, for sure. All love for him. I know he's a good dude. But, hey, man, he can go be a good dude somewhere else, just not in Baltimore. Yeah.
All right. That was offense. The next one was RG3, but we have him. He's done. Yep. We could resign him maybe as a camp arm. But now on to the defense, and this is where I think Rain Gang will probably butt heads here. First up, Matt Judon. Coming off that franchise tag, didn't really produce until we got Yannick Ngakoue. Had another guy across from him, they started producing. With the whole liked comments thing, personally, I would like to keep him. Great teammate, I think defense-wise, great chemistry, 5th-round pick out of Grand Valley State has exceeded the expectations, but keep for the right price. He is not worth $16 million a year. He is not Zadarius Smith. He is not going to get you 15 sacks a year, but what he's going to get you is a guy who fits the Ravens defense. So I'm saying keep for the right price.
Man, I would love to keep Matt Judon. I would love to keep him. Like you said, he came on a little bit stronger later in the season, but before that, he really wasn't getting home. He wasn't getting as many pressures as we thought he might be able to get, and he just wasn't looking like the guy that we wanted on our DN. So it's tough for me. But I'm gonna have to go keep only because of the lack of pass rush that we already have.
Yeah.
Like we're already not getting home to the quarterback. So it's like, why get rid of, in Engraven Videos, he actually said in the chat, shout out to Engraven, he said Judon's tricky. He's very tricky, man.
It is.
You really don't know what you're gonna get out of him, but you know what he's gonna ask for when it comes to money. So it's like, it's tricky. It's a tricky situation there.
It is. What's the Rain Gang saying?
The Rain Gang.
I think this is when you talk about the Ravens unrestricted free agents, this one will bat the most heads, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, honestly. Some people, Jace Wood says Judon walks, Chris Hall walk, keep, walk, keep.
It's
Oh man, it's
it's
pretty even.
50-50. This is gonna be
Yeah,
the one.
yeah.
Wow. I mean, we'll
Honestly,
see, but
man.
it's the price. I think, and especially with the cap thing with COVID,
Yeah,
you don't know. So I think it's going to depend how much he asks for. All right,
yeah, man.
next up, the guy who I thought we were getting a stud. I thought when this trade happened, I'm like, oh, this is what we've needed. Out of Maryland, Yannick Ngakoue, keep or walk?
he really, he really did not do what we expected him to do this season. He
I
just
think sack wise, he did get the pressures, but
But it's like, what do the pressures matter if the quarterback's just going to step up in the pocket and deliver a throw across the middle of the
great point.
field for a 16-yard gain on third down? It just, it's just like, I don't know, man. He wasn't getting home, and it frustrates me. It really does frustrate me when I see him doing his signature move, his speed rush to the outside, and then Josh Allen steps up in the pocket and just delivers an accurate throw to whoever, John Brown. I don't know.
Or he falls. Yeah, he fell down. He busted his ass in the pocket, gets up, and just
Yeah. Yeah, he literally fell down. He fell down in the pocket.
just
That
can't
happens
handle
in
him.
Madden. Bro, if that happens in Madden, you do not come back from that.
It takes you 15 years to get back up if you fall down in Madden.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy to think in real life Josh Allen was able to get back up, scramble out and make a throw, make a play. It was ridiculous, man. So getting home was something that we could not do for the life of us. So Yannick Ngakoue, honestly, I'm going to say he's got to walk, bro. I'm going to say he's got to walk because I don't know how much money he's going to ask for, how much he wants. If he wants like a veteran's minimum deal or something like that, then cool.
Yeah.
But not paying him that much for sure.
I'm gonna go the same as Judon. I think the bias in me is coming out. He's from Maryland, went to Maryland. I like having hometown guys on the team because you know what it means to play for it. But
Right.
if the price is right, and I would love to
Yeah.
keep both Judon and Ngakoue because I think you can build something because he was, there was times where he'd be getting doubled, so it's kind of hard for him to get there when you're being double teamed, and that's kind of what he brings to Yannick Ngakoue. And I would love to keep him with Calais Campbell, that chemistry from Jacksonville, from the Saxonville days. I'm going to go and just keep at the right price because
Right.
we love our compensatory picks. So you know somebody's going to be walking.
Yeah. That's a fact.
What
That's
does the
a
ranking
fact.
say? Is this also split like the John one?
The Rain Gang is basically saying that I see keep, I see walk, I see washed up, walk. I say
Wow.
Rush said he needs to be adjusted.
Good point.
I don't know. That's
Good
maybe
point.
that could work out. Maybe that could work. KLA Sports, shout out to him. He says it got to be the scheme because we don't get sacks. And Ngakoue doesn't fit our defense. The Hassan says. K Dog says keep it the right price. Basically agreeing with us.
Yeah.
LBHT says walk. Josh Price says maybe he needs a full season with us, a full off
Good
season with
point.
us. That's what I was thinking
That's a
about
good point.
Dez. I thought the same thing about Dez too. But yeah, that's what the
Or,
Rain Gang's thinking.
or it could be a very incentive-based contract for Yannick
Yeah.
Ngakoue,
Yeah.
But okay, this next one I think is going to be the one that the Rain Gang is most united on. Derek Wolf.
Okay.
Keep.
Oh yeah, got to bring him back.
Give me a reason why to let him walk. That it's harder to do that. I mean, you got to keep him. When
Yeah.
he was healthy every game, and when he was the only non-star there, he did his best at holding down the fort.
Yeah.
And I
He
think
did.
Madubuike, having one more year behind these guys can just help him even more. So I'm gonna go keep Derek Wolf, maybe a 1 to 2 year deal.
Definitely keep Derek Wolf, and I think the Rain Gang is in full agreement. Everybody's saying keep.
Yeah,
Keep.
yeah, cool. All right. This next
Wolf
one
at all
though,
costs.
this was we had an agenda going on in the Purple Rain podcast. I think from our first episode, and then went hashtag a Tyus Bowser because that's the next person on this list. Tyus Bowser, keep or walk.
Keep him. Keeping Tyus Bowser. That's for sure, man. Tyus Bowser, he stepped up for sure, in a lot of different ways. And so big shout out to him this past season. Now, the thing about Tyus Bowser is like I know that Tyus Bowser, he doesn't strike me as the type of player who's going to ask for a boatload of money from us. So I feel like we can keep him on a bargain of a deal where, he's happy, we're happy, and, he's playing well with us because he's a very solid player on our defense. So a lot of people underrate him. So I'm going to say keep.
And he had some crucial picks. He had the pick against the Browns, the Monday night game, Titans, Steelers, the Wednesday night weird game, Wednesday afternoon game. I'm going to go keep as well. All right. Next one, Pernell McPhee, the OG, the vet.
It's second to none what the mental aspect that guys can offer is for our team. Like that, it's so important. It's so important. Like Pernell McPhee, Calais Campbell, they're one of those guys that are like Ray Lewis-esque in a way, where they may not have like all the instincts and the physical abilities and the prowess, the actual prowess on the field, but damn, do they sure know how to like hype you up, get a defense fired up, talk trash to the other team without being disrespectful, but just letting them know like, hey, we're here. We're here to stay. We're here to play football. Y'all better, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a very good energy guy. And we talk about bringing your own energy all the time. Pernell McPhee always brings his own energy, and he makes big plays. He was a huge part. People talk about Calais Campbell, Justin Madubuike, Derek Wolfe, all those guys, Brandon Williams. But Pernell McPhee was a huge, vital key in us stopping Derrick Henry in the playoffs and keeping him to only 40 yards. So I'm going to go keep, man. He's an OG, but we got to keep him.
He knows what it means to play like a Raven. I will keep saying that. That's why I'm going to go keep. Got to keep McPhee. He can be the one to pass that helm to the next guy in the Ravens defense. I don't know who it'll be, but you got to keep Pernell McPhee.
Yeah,
all right,
absolutely.
This next one, Todd Ward. I'm going to keep. He can play on the outside. You can shift him inside. And he was one of the few guys that would actually get a sack. He wouldn't, get a hand on him, get an arm. He would actually pull him down.
Yeah.
He would disrupt. And even the whole Tannehill thing, Tannehill tried to throw that ball away. And Jahad Ward came to bat it down, tried to make a play for it. I'm going to keep him. I love the energy he brings. The picture when he was flipping off the Titans fans, I loved it. I love the energy he brings. Going to go keep Jahad Ward.
Yeah, I love Jahad Ward, man. He's a very good player. He's one of the unsung heroes on our defense that I like to call. And the Rain Gang is in full agreement with us. They're saying keep. Jace Wood says who? Again. Emmanuel Safa, keep. Darius Simmons, keep. Definitely think that we should keep Jahad Ward. I love his celebrations. Like whenever he gets a sack, he's like fixing his crown and everything like that.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
So the next one with Mon Williams, we let him go. No point asking about that.
Right.
Last one, Justin Ellis. If we didn't draft Madubuike or have Broderick Washington, I was gonna go keep, but I'm gonna let him walk. We have tons of reinforcements on the D line. Washington, I think, needs to get more play time, and Madubuike just made strides. I don't think that I wasn't expecting him to be this good year one, no preseason.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Justin Ellis walk.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, guys, we showed that we can draft D linemen. We can draft for the trenches. We can definitely do that. That's one thing about the Ravens. We can get some O linemen, we can get some D linemen, and we can be good there. So when you saw with Justin Madubuike, we drafted him in what round last year?
I think the third at A&M.
Third round, and you see what he's already doing for us, what he already did for us in his first season. So definitely think we should let Justin Ellis walk. There'll be some kid in the draft who will be even cheaper and will play even better for us. So I definitely think that he should walk. And the Rain Gang is once again in full agreement. So walk.
Okay.
Walk it out.
Walk it out.
Walk. Yeah.
So these were listed under the unrestricted free agents on special teams. Started off Anthony Levine, co-cap, go and keep. He just brings a lot to the special teams. When he's not there on special teams, you can tell how much of a difference it makes. I'm going to go keep Anthony Levine.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, same reason that you said. I'm gonna keep him too. I'm gonna keep him
Yeah.
too, and he brings that energy. He's co-cap for a reason, guys.
Hmm.
For a reason. Like he's really he's a leader of men. He's hyped up. He's not, of course, like the most flashy, the best player on the team by any means, but he does his job.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more
And he does it
valuable than
damn
like
well.
he does it damn well. Exactly. There's nothing more valuable than the guy who does his job in this league because it's so hard to come by those guys, believe it or not. So I'm gonna
Guys like
definitely
him,
say keep.
the reason why he's on the team is special teams. It's the same reason
Yeah.
why Justice Hill will be on the team next year too. Special teams.
Yeah, because Justice Hill, even he had a big showing in the special teams, a big hand, a role in the special teams play this year. So yeah, he's another one.
All right, next up, Jordan Richards, defensive back. I'm gonna go walk. I think we can maybe let a guy like Terrell Bonds take his spot
Yeah,
um, in the special teams. Uh,
yeah,
unless he's making barely anything. But I'm gonna say walk, and I wouldn't be surprised if we bring him back.
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised at all either, but I'm gonna definitely agree with you there and say walk.
Okay,
Um, I wouldn't be mad or surprised if I saw us draft a DB
we
within the
always
first
do.
3 rounds. Yeah,
Oh, first two. Wow, I wouldn't be mad
first
at
three,
that. I would like that.
first 3 rounds, first three
I
rounds.
like that.
Yeah,
And then Chris Moore.
walk. Just walk.
The,
Just
the
go.
the experiment's over. It's
Just
over.
go, man. Just like I, I was watching the Instagram live after the Titans game, and like Chris Moore is like on his laptop playing a video game or something like that. Just, while everybody else is celebrating, I was like, bro, he is just send him somewhere else. Send him to like the Lions or something where he can get on the field maybe.
He showed flashes at receiver. I know he had the one-handed catch, and then when you ask me Chris Moore as a wide receiver, I don't think about the 2017 game where he almost helped us come back against the Bengals and make the playoffs. I think of Week 4, 2019 against the Browns, wide open. He just to catch the ball and stay in bounds. He steps out of bounds.
Yeah.
It would have been like a 30, 40-yard play. That's where I lost it with him. He can walk. And I know
Yeah.
I said the Derek Wolf one was the most overwhelming, like, keep Morgan Cox. Who's saying no to him? I think you got to keep Morgan Cox. Part of the Wolf Pack. It's got to keep
Yeah,
him.
man. The Wolfpack definitely didn't play all that well against the Bills, but
No.
I think most of it was the win. You think that punt
Yeah.
was the win? The
Yeah.
Sam Cook punt? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so mad. I was so angry like during that punt. I was like thinking like before we punted the ball, I was like, I hope no BS happens right here.
Yep.
And of
And
course,
it did.
20-yard punt. I'm just like, okay, all right, cool. But
Um,
yeah, you can go ahead, bro.
we have restricted free agents and we have exclusive rights free agents. You guys want to go through them? I mean,
You can
there's
go
some.
through them.
All right. Restricted free agents, Gus Edwards.
Hey, y'all all right. I mean, we don't even need to talk about
Yeah.
that one.
All right,
It's
cool.
just-
Devontae Harris, we cut him, but
Yeah.
he probably will come back. I wouldn't be surprised. I would like us to keep him. Johnny Townsend, backup punter, he's not going to be here.
No.
Exclusive rights: Tristan Colon Castillo, Christian Welch, Antoine Wesley, Khalil Dorsey. I say just offer them a 1-year deal, all of them. I mean, but Welch,
Yeah, agree.
he was pretty good on the special teams.
Yeah.
And the other restricted free agent, which I think I'll leave this one last because this one it'll bring up debate. Chris Board, keep or walk.
See, here's the thing about this. Like we've said that we want to keep a lot of our defensive players, but the problem is we're not gonna have the money to keep everybody. So somebody
Exactly.
has to go. And I believe that Chris Board can be one of those players that we say bye-bye to, and we get rid of him. We move on from him. Either him or, I hate to say it, maybe a Jihad Ward or, of course, Judon will let go or McPhee. One of those guys. One of those guys is gone. As much as we would love to keep all these guys, one of them's gone, man.
I can throw up a wild card. You might not want to hear it. We could cut Jalen Ferguson. That's in the cards.
It's funny you say that because I was thinking that earlier today. I was like, what's going to happen to the sack daddy, Jalen
Yeah,
Ferguson, you know? Because we were
because
expecting him to like make a big impact, or at least I was, you know,
I
after we
was.
drafted him and I was expecting him to take a huge step forward this year because he showed some flashes last year that he could actually be at least competent.
He had 2 sacks from
But
Deshaun Watson last year.
exactly. So,
So
you
yeah,
know,
I
we'll
don't.
see.
We'll see. It'll be different. But that was all of our free agents of all types: restricted, non-restricted, exclusive rights. So there
Okay.
they all are. Nice little game of keeper walk.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that was fun. That was fun.
I'm different.
Keep or walk, walk or keep. That was fun. So before we get out of here, guys, we want to talk about just one more thing. We were talking about this before the game. Well, not before the game, before the stream. Excuse me. Chiefs versus the Browns on Sunday was a great game, a very
What?
interesting game. I don't know if you
What?
guys got a chance to watch that game, but that game was very, very interesting to say the least. And me as a Ravens fan, let me make
Yeah.
this confession. I have a confession.
Uh-oh.
The petty Ravens fan in me wanted the Chiefs to lose so bad,
Yeah.
just so like it could take like the heat off of the Ravens losing. Because if the Ravens lose, that's one thing. If the Ravens lose in the playoffs, that's one thing. But if the Chiefs lose, then that's a whole nother thing. And no one's even going to talk about the Ravens. I'm not even going to have to worry about that because everyone's going to be talking about the Chiefs. But that was the petty Ravens fan in me. You know, I wanted the Browns to win. Also because the Browns are kind of like the little bros, you know, in the division, and you want to see them do well. But hey
We
man,
had
they
this
had their
talk.
opportunity. They had their
Yeah,
opportunity.
we had this talk, and I hope there's no Browns fans in here because until this day, it's fuck the Browns. It's fuck the Browns. I get called Patrick Mahomes a lot, so I'm gonna throw it on real quick. Still a Ravens fan
Okay.
to the time. It's fuck the
Hey.
Browns. The Browns showed who they were. You were up against a backup quarterback. Still couldn't do anything. Baker, come on. You had the chance. You had the chance, and what did you do? You blew it in true Cleveland form. That's all I'm gonna
Hmm.
say. Yeah, fuck the Browns.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Josh Price, he says, nah, if the Browns won, they would have been saying Baker got deeper in the playoffs than Lamar. So F that. I agree.
Exactly.
I agree. That would have definitely bothered me a lot. But like I said, it was the petty Ravens fan in me. It was like 12% of me. 12% of me wanted that to happen. But of course, I knew what the real outcome would be at the end of the day. The Chiefs
Also,
weren't losing that game.
no, and while we're talking about it too, what is up with these MVPs getting concussions? Lamar and
Oh
then
yeah.
Mahomes, like that. That was not cool. Like
Now, is Mahomes going to be able to play next week?
apparently he cleared the protocol already, but like when his originally looked worse than Lamar's, to be honest, because when he tried to get up and he stumbled, I'm like, oh no. I'm like, no.
Oof. Yeah.
But apparently he cleared it. And his head didn't even hit the ground. It was the way his neck or something.
Because I think they were saying like Lamar, like even if we did win that game, he wouldn't even have been able to play next week, right?
Oh, we have some breaking news. We have
Breaking
some breaking
news.
news. Baltimore is releasing veteran Mark Ingram tomorrow. We will save $5 million in cash. It was expected, but it's unfortunately.
Yeah, no, it is what it is. I'm sure they just let Mark Ingram know. That's why he tweeted that tweet that we read for you guys earlier. But yeah, like I said, it is what it is. We're getting rid of him. Just big shout out to Mark Ingram. Big props to him for everything that he brought to this team on the field and off the field as well. Just big shout out to Mark Ingram. We'll always have love for him over in Ravens flock, Ravens Nation. But yeah, man, good luck to him, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where he'll go. Uh, if I can say, maybe like a Lions.
Yeah,
I don't know where he would fit.
yeah.
Maybe the Seahawks. I mean, they could always use a backup. Penny Carson.
It's just gonna
Maybe.
be like it's gonna suck seeing Mark Ingram on another team. You know, hyping up another bench. You know, like just being that energy guy for another team. It's gonna be like you get a girlfriend, and you guys break up, and then she's with another guy. Like like a
But
week later.
what if it's a downgrade? You know, what if it's just a major downgrade?
I think still, even if it is a downgrade, so say he goes to like, I don't know, the Lions or something like that, we're still gonna hate to see it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we
First,
will.
we're gonna feel bad for him for one, and for two, we're just gonna miss him on the sidelines having that good energy all the time. So I don't know. Let's
Yeah,
see. Give it to Gus. Josh Price. We will always have 2019 big trust.
we will.
Jonathan Washington Jr. says Buffalo will grab Ingram. Yeah, I hope not.
They could. They could. I know they just
Yeah,
signed Devonta Freeman, but
yeah.
see, now he can sign with anybody. Hey, if somebody gets hurt this weekend, Mark
Oh,
Ingram could be in
see.
the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I know I'll
Can
be
you-
rooting for whatever team he goes to. Watch it be the Chiefs. They took Terrell
Oh my
Suggs last year.
gosh.
Never take Mark Ingram this year.
I'm not gonna lie. That would have me pretty upset. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he
uh,
wouldn't be the Packers. It could be the Bucks if one of the Bucks running backs goes down.
oh, I
Rojo,
mean,
Fournette, or Keyshawn Vaughn. One of those
well,
three.
Rojo's been out, right?
Rojo played this past week.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, he
Well,
broke off a run. I think it got old.
I'm about to say I
You talk
know
about
I know
that?
Fournette had a better game.
Can we talk about the Bucks and Saints real quick?
Yeah, Bucks and Saints. Let's talk about that one too.
Uh, Drew Brees. I mean, I know he retired and everything, but this may be a hot take. You put Jameis Winston in there, he gives you a better chance to win than Drew Brees, because Drew Brees couldn't throw that ball. He didn't have one pass for more than 20 yards in the air. They had to
He
bring
just
in
doesn't
Jameis
have
Winston
it.
for that. Yeah.
He doesn't have it anymore throwing the ball down the field. And if the announcers know that while they're calling the game, if we know it as fans, then you know for damn sure that the defense knows it as well. And they know what they have to defend. They know exactly what they have to defend. That's why Michael Thomas was held to how many catches? No catches. A
Can't guard
donut.
Mike. Can't guard Mike.
Can't guard Mike. Yeah. They're calling him
Carlton
Slant Boy. I
Davis.
don't know.
Carlton Davis locked him down. Sean Murphy
Him
Bunting
and
had the
Sean
pick.
Murphy Bunting. Yeah.
Devin White. If you don't know, if you do not know, get on the Devin White hype train. Get on it. See, forced fumble, no fumble recovery, interception. Damn near 10 tackles. And that was his first playoff game. He had COVID last week. Devin White. He's gonna have a big game.
Okay. I saw somebody in the chat say that they wanted us to give predictions for the championship games, but we're going to do that on the next episode of the Purple Rain podcast, which will be coming out on Thursday. So mark your calendars, guys, because the Purple Rain podcast is here to stay. The Ravens may have lost, but that does not mean that this podcast will be no more. It does not mean that at all, actually. So make sure you guys come back on Thursday. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you go and subscribe to the channel. We're so close to getting 500 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe to us. We would appreciate it a lot. It helps us out a ton. Oh, we
We're at
did.
500 exactly. You hit it. So thank you.
Wow.
Live stream.
Well, thank you guys. Jesus. Well, I'll be darned. 500 subscribers for the Purple Rain podcast. Shout out to the Rain Gang. We love you guys so much. We're only growing. We're only getting started here. So we hope that you guys can stick with us. And we're building a little family, a little community here. So, we appreciate every single one of you guys. You, under the sound of my voice right now, you that are watching this, we appreciate you for watching and tuning into the Purple Rain podcast. Yeah. So we're going to get into our last segment of the night, where basically you guys can ask us any questions that you would like to ask us, whether it be about football, whether it be about the Ravens, whether it be about us, whether it be about just anything. You can ask us those questions. We'll get to them before we finish up here. But yeah, while you guys are getting to that point in the stream, K-Dog says congrats. Appreciate you, K-Dog.
Thank you.
Yeah, Boz says congrats. Shout out to Boz, man. Shout out to all of our mods in the chat as well, holding it down for us.
Thank you. And everybody's been there since day one.
Yeah.
We started the Colts game. We reviewed the Colts game, and then now we're here, 500. So thank you so much. It's been fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Let's see. First question we have here. Josh Price says, "Have y'all thought about making merch?" It's funny you said that. It's really funny you say that because I was thinking about this the other day and I meant to bring it up to Alex. I haven't even brought it up to Alex yet, but we definitely are gonna have some merch coming. I'm sure he's cool with that. I'm cool with
I've been
that.
thinking for my Simply AS10 channel. I've been wanting to
Yeah,
for the longest, but
yeah. By the way, guys, make sure you guys go subscribe to Simply AS10 on YouTube. That is our guy Alex's his personal YouTube channel, his baby, where he posts all of the Ravens highlights, all the NFL highlights in such quick fashion too. Sometimes he even does it during the game. So if you want the most up to date, best looking highlight videos, he's amazing at what he does. Make sure you go subscribe to Simply AS10 and also follow him on Twitter at @AlexSoberman_ or on Instagram at simplyas10.prod. You guys can see it there below.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's especially with off season. Draft time is coming around and whoever the Ravens draft.
Yeah.
I'll have highlights for you.
Yeah, it's true. The welcome to Baltimore videos will be in abundance.
Yes, they will. I do not sleep the whole draft. That's been the past 2 years. I watch every single pick. Bro, it's mentally draining, but it's fun. It's fun.
Yep. Let's see. Sean Carter says, "Appreciate y'all guys. #RainGang." Shout out to you, Sean Carter. We appreciate you. For sure. 2K Crossover 21. Shout out to him. He's consistent in here. I've seen him a couple times. He says, "What do you think about John Ross?" What do you think about John Ross in 2021?
Pretty big. Pretty speedy. Hands for decorations. I don't know. Sounds like just Rashad Perryman 2.0.
Honestly. And I mean, if you're asking like, what do you think about John Ross in relation or correlation to him joining the Ravens? Not really. Don't think we need it. I don't think we need another speedster receiver.
Yeah. I mean, he's just Marquise Brown with no hands and taller.
But John Ross,
but he was getting shopped around the trade deadline, but nobody picked him up.
That's true. That's very true. I'll tell you one thing though. John Ross is he's a lot of fun to use in Madden. He's a very fast guy.
He's my go-to guy in franchise mode. You got to get him in franchise. He's.
But I don't think we need him on the Ravens though. So moving along from that, Joseph Follett says, "Would you stop being a Ravens fan if they traded Lamar?" Listen, for me, no. I will never, and I repeat, never, and I think I can speak for my guy Alex here as well, will never stop being a Ravens fan. As Ravens fans, 4L, that means for life. We are for lifers over here with the Ravens,
Now, the only way for me is if some just disrespectful stuff comes out, but I can't see that. So
yeah, barring of course any like catastrophic major, I don't know, scandal comes out or something like that, then I might, whatever. But I mean, just because we lose or we trade a player or we lose in the playoffs, we'll never stop being a fan.
Yeah,
never stop.
I'll be mad. Doesn't mean I don't care.
Exactly.
Now, if we traded him if it was like the Texans, if they were doing I'd be questioning it if I'm a Texans fan because they went from a good AFC team to bottom. So, but no, I'd still be a Ravens fan.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a couple people in here. Brent says, "Congrats, well done, guys. Appreciate you, bro." B&N Productions also says, "Congrats as well. Appreciate you, bro." Kayla Sports says, "Y'all deserve it. Best podcast on YouTube." Wow, that is quite the compliment. Quite the compliment. We're working towards that. But let's get into some other these questions here. What else do we have?
The in-person episode. Just wait, because it's gonna happen.
Oh, it's definitely gonna happen for sure. Adam says, "What would be your ideal Ravens team?" This is kind of an umbrella question. Are you saying like you want to list the whole 53-man roster, or just like the star players, or I don't know. I mean, if I had to assemble like a dream team or an all-time Ravens team, I would probably. Would you put Lamar at quarterback for an all-time Ravens team?
Talking playoffs or regular season? If we're talking playoffs, I'm putting playoff Joe. I'm putting Flacco. I'm sorry. And I didn't like that when they had the Ravens all team. They put Lamar. I get he won the MVP, but that man, that just didn't sit right with me.
Okay.
And the fact I think Steve Smith made it too, and Derek Mason didn't. I'm like, yeah, you guys haven't watched the Ravens. You don't know Derek Mason.
A lot of recency bias in that one for sure.
Yeah.
But ideal Ravens team, I mean, I'm going to go with Lamar only because of how dynamic he is. I still think he's very young. He's got a lot to, improve upon. So I would go with Lamar, quarterback. Receivers, I'm going Anquan Bolden, of course. I'm going Torrey Smith, of course. I'm going Todd Heap at tight end. Just a legend for us.
I think Mark Andrews made it over Todd Heap. I'm like, you guys did not. That man Todd Heap was the real deal.
Yeah. Definitely
give me a 3 tight end set with Mark Andrews, Todd Heap. No, give me Todd Heap, Dennis Pitta, and Nick Boyle in a 3 tight end set. And the 3 tight that would be
deadly.
And I'm leaving out Hayden Hurst, Mark Andrews,
Yeah.
Ed Dixon. His hands were like never there. Yeah. And you could put Shannon Sharp, Ravens. I mean,
let's see. What else do we have here?
I have an idea for the Thursday. For the Thursday.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
We make our all Ravens defense because that would be fun.
All-time Ravens defense. I like that. Somebody else, Adam, asked, "What's the Ravens' dream team?" So I guess it's kind of the same thing. We'll get into that.
I mean, to cap ourselves at a certain amount. Can't have the whole 2000 Ravens defense. I know we want to, but
Yeah. Void says Galladay and Robinson. What are the chances? I don't think the chances are very high. If I had to put a percentage on it, I'd probably say about. Ooh, are we getting some static there? You hear me, bro?
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably say maybe around a 40% chance we sign one of these guys. We, drop a nice bag of money on one of them. 40% chance. I don't think that we're necessarily going to try to force that in the off season.
I don't want Galladay barely played this year. Didn't really. If I want a Lions receiver, I go Marvin Jones. He had a better year than Galladay.
Fair enough.
Or Curtis Samuel, who we talked about before. So
we did. Curtis Samuel out in Carolina. K-Dog says AJ Green and B-More. Don't really see it happening.
Yeah, I would take it.
Oh yeah, definitely take it for sure. Brent says, how can the Ravens win the Super Bowl? For me, I mean, we have to develop a solid passing game that is not just our backup game plan. We need a passing game that we can actually implement and do it because we mean to do it. You know what I mean? Not because we're falling behind or anything like that. We need a passing game, and that comes from, a coordinator who can actually call competent passing plays on schemes and routes, offensive line play, and then also Lamar just needs to develop. Our defense is always going to be there, guys. Our defense is always going to be there. They may be shaky here and there, but who can ask a defense to show up every single week and be elite every single week in and week out? The offense is what's been more inconsistent than anything. So when we get that, I think that's what's going to propel us to a Super Bowl. But what do you think, bro?
The line. Need to have a strong line. But with Stanley and Zeus coming back, tackles will be good. Center, I mean, that's and then that third tight end as well to go along with the passing game. We need that third tight end. And a key for me next year is Tavon Young staying healthy.
That too, yeah.
When he's healthy, I know we've said it the past couple of years, but he's a playmaker. He's a scoop and score king. I know Marlon punches it out. I bet you Tavon will be there to scoop it up and take it back. That is something I need in my life. A Marlon punch out and a Tavon scoop and score.
Right. It seems like we stopped getting the Marlowe punch outs just a little bit too soon this season. We needed a couple more of those big play turnovers, especially in the postseason, because those are everything. You saw what the big turnover did to us. That basically ended the game for us, so.
We were driving 10-3.
10-3. We're about to tie it up. We're about to tie the ball game, bro.
It hurt. Punches took the wind out of us. Took it all.
Pain, anguish, suffering. All right, but yeah, KLA Sports says, imagine the teams that didn't hire head coaches. What team would you take as a head coach? The Jags, Jets, Falcons, Eagles, Lions, Texans, or Chargers?
I think we're going to
From
agree on this one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna agree as well. For me, I'm definitely going with the Chargers all
Yeah.
day, every day, man. They just have the most weapons. It's just they've got a young quarterback in Justin Herbert. They've got receivers and Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. They've got Hunter Henry. They've got um, uh,
Derwin
Austin
James,
Eckler, Derwin James. They've got a lot of pieces over there in LA. Not to
Joey Bosa.
mention Joey Bosa. Oh my goodness, how could I forget? They've got a lot of good pieces over in the Chargers in LA. So I don't know why I really thought the Chargers should get Bieniemy. Bieniemy hasn't even been getting like any
Yeah.
sort of play from any team. I don't know why, but there's guys that I've never even heard of, like
I mean,
quarterback.
I know the Jets hired Robert Salah. The
Yeah,
Falcons, I think, hired Arthur Smith, the
yeah,
Titans' old coordinator. Jags have Urban Meyer. But, I mean, the ones that had an opening, I get that. Then Chargers
yeah,
got the Rams defensive coordinator, I think.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm going Chargers. They got the talent, got the new stadium, and got arguably the best uniforms in the league.
Absolutely, absolutely the best uniforms. Um, yeah. So I think that is going to do it for tonight. After this last question,
Oh,
Void says, "Should we get a new wide receiver coach?" I think we're gonna have to soon.
hopefully he gets the job with the
Yeah,
Texans.
hopefully he gets the job.
I
Shoot.
mean,
It's just like if you're the Texans, what do you see in that guy? It's like, oh man, that Ravens wide receiver coach. Hey, look, last
They had-
passing attack in the league.
they had receivers running into each other against the Chiefs.
Right.
They ran right into each other.
That might
that's
be our
awesome.
guy.
That's no.
Oh
No Will
man.
Fuller. I mean, they got to develop. I mean, got to work with Kiki Kuti. You got to work with Randall Cobb, Brandon Cooks. Hey, go ahead.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. But yeah, guys, I think Joseph Follett says, "Why does Alex got a Tyreek Hill
Did you not see
jersey
that? It was a gift. It was my Christmas signed Tyreek.
signed by Tyreek Hill himself?"
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, Alex, man, he's got all the jerseys.
I'm a collector. I love collecting.
Yeah.
And I got the jersey because I was in Mahomes for Halloween. Let me just get out of the way.
So
I read the comments. I do read. Everybody says calling me Patrick Mahomes. I read them.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Why not be him for Halloween?
I always laugh at those comments when they say you look like Pat Mahomes. It's the hair. I feel like it's the hair.
It's the hair and then
Yeah.
this, but
Yeah.
just wait for a few months. The hair is coming off, so I won't get to
Okay.
no more. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, guys, if you guys have been rocking with us for the past hour and a half, we appreciate you guys. You guys are the most solid foundation of the Rain Gang. We're sticking around until the very end. We love you guys the most. Even if you're not watching this live right now, you're watching it after the fact. We love you just as much. Make sure you go ahead and like the video, subscribe to our channel as well. We just hit 500 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for that. We've got a lot more planned for you guys in the future. Like we said, even though the Ravens lost, does not mean that it is the end of this podcast. We appreciate you guys for coming out. And one last time, you can follow my guy Alex Silberman on Twitter or Instagram. Twitter, that's Alex Silberman _. And on Instagram, that's at simplyas10.prod. And then for me, you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def, and you can see it on the screen there. If you guys have anything you want to talk to me about, just anything, just give me a shout out, just give me a holler out, get back to you. We can have a conversation. We can chop it up. Love interacting with you guys, the whole Rain Gang. We appreciate you. We love you guys so much. That's on behalf of me and Alex and the Purple Rain podcast that we have going on. Next season, we're going to be back in full effect. It'll be our first time starting a season. So, we're looking forward to that. And that'll be a couple months down the line. But we're excited for that. And we hope that you guys can grow with us here.
Yes.
Any last words, Alex?
Yes. So I believe Thursday will be my last podcast right here. I am currently in the process of moving. So I'm going to a temporary house. My house is being built. So Thursday will be the last time you see this. It's going to be bittersweet. Actually, it's weird. I watched my last Ravens game in the house I've grown up in. That hurt. That hurt.
Yeah.
But so also we have our own Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast.
Absolutely.
Feel free to follow us. We'll give little updates. I know today I kind of we had a let them know we had a podcast tonight, and I'll do it on Thursday too. But we'll post the latest and greatest Ravens news, NFL news. But you basically hit the nail on the head. You really did.
I appreciate that. So, like, I mean, like he said, I mean, you can follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast. That's how you really join the Rain Gang. You can see it above my head right here. You can join the Rain Gang officially by going on our Instagram and following us at the Purple Rain Podcast. I think we're going to start doing some like exclusive stuff on there. Maybe tease some giveaways or do this or that. Maybe when we drop the merch, we'll give away some of them. I don't know.
Special
You
guest,
know,
maybe. Special guest.
special guest. You know, we dropped some hints on that earlier for the Rain Gang. So make sure you join the Rain Gang. Not only subscribe to us and like the video here on YouTube, but follow us on Instagram because that's how you're going to be able to reach out to us. I think the easiest way. So
Yeah.
with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get out of you guys' hair for tonight. I'm going to let Alex take us out with his normal wrap-up liner.
Alrighty. Well, thank you again. Sucks the Ravens lost, but hey, listen, we woke up today. We're breathing. We're healthy. We're safe. Roof over our heads, food in our stomach. Think about it. It could be a lot worse.
It could
But
be.
until then, stay positive. And as always, test negative.
Test negative. And just like that, we're out. We're going to catch you guys in the next one. This has been episode 18